The Strange and Sad Ending of Kevin Corcoran. Kevin Corcoran was born on June 10, 1949 in Santa Monica, California, to Kathleen and Bill, an MGM studio policeman. Corcoran had 7 siblings, all of whom did some film acting. While my father was working at MGM, he heard that children were needed to play some extra roles, Corcoran recalled. By the time I arrived, number 5 of 8 children, the Corcoran kids had been established in the industry. Young Kevin was fortunate to come along during a successful period of Disney's live-action movies. But Disney was fortunate too, because Corcoran embodied its vision of the American every kid, who the studio saw as a highly intelligent human being, characteristically sensitive, humorous, open-minded, eager to learn, a strong sense of excitement, energy, and healthy curiosity about the world in which he lives. He had already been in the business for a long time, having, from the age of 4, had brief roles in several feature films even before he signed with Disney. These included The Glenn Miller Story, 1954, as the bandleader's son, as the childhood incarnation of the lead character Paul Van Riebeck in Untamed, 1955, and as one of Quaker farmer Ernest Borgnine's children in Violent Saturday, 1955. Corcoran's real sisters, Noreen and Donna, played the other children. Corcoran's acting career with Disney began at the age of 6 when he appeared on television in a Mickey Mouse Club serial called Adventures in Dairyland, 1956. In it he played a pugnacious little boy named Moochie, a nickname that stuck to him throughout his childhood and beyond. Walt Disney was so impressed with Corcoran's debut that he had a special role written for Moochie in another Mickey Mouse Club serial, Further Adventures of Spin and Marty, which was aired the same year. In 1957, Corcoran was given a leading role in Old Yeller, one of the best and most poignant boy and his dog movies, still remembered as being a defining childhood experience for many baby boomers. Set in Texas in 1869, the film, discreetly directed by the Disney stalwart Robert Stevenson, tells of how Arliss and his older brother Travis adopt a large yellow dog of indeterminate pedigree, the best doggone dog in the West, as the title song declaims. At the tear-jerking climax, Travis is forced to shoot the faithful Pooch, which has contracted rabies, much to the distress of Arliss. Corcoran went on to play Kirk's slightly brattish kid brother again in 4 further movies, in which Kirk, 8 years Corcoran's senior, would portray a character going through a painful puberty, often irritated by his mischievous and talkative brother. "Don't you ever run out of questions?" Kirk asks Corcoran in Old Yeller. In the comedy fantasy The Shaggy Dog, 1959, Corcoran, though younger, is wiser than Kirk, who, because of an ancient curse, is turned into a large sheepdog at inopportune moments. As the youngest member of the shipwrecked Swiss family Robinson, 1960, Corcoran collects all sorts of animals, getting in the way of Kirk, who is more interested in a girl he has helped rescue from pirates. The Screen Brothers had a similar awkward relationship in Bon Voyage, 1962, as part of a typical American family on a tour of Europe. In Savage Sam, 1963, a disappointing sequel to Old Yeller, Kirk and Corcoran reprised their roles, this time bickering over the defunct canine hero's son. At one stage, the boy's uncle, Brian Keith, tells Kirk, "All little brothers hate Bossin. You've got to learn how to outfigure him." Other Disney movies in which Corcoran had leading roles were Pollyanna, 1960, where, as Jimmy Bean, a mischievous orphan boy, he counterbalances the sweetness and light spread by the 12-year-old heroine, and Toby Tyler, 1960, in which he played the title role, another orphan, this time running away from his foster parents to join a circus, where he makes friends with an endangered chimpanzee. However, after A Tiger Walks, 1964, another animal movie aimed at children, a tiger is threatened with death after escaping from a circus. Corcoran, at the grand old age of 15, quit acting. I decided to retire when I realized that I knew more about movies than the guys making them, he said. After his early retirement from acting, Corcoran went to California State University, where he graduated with a degree in theater arts. He then returned to Disney, later working as an assistant producer, but mainly as an assistant director, on a number of television series including Baywatch and Murder, She Wrote. Sadly, on October 6, 2015, Corcoran died of colorectal cancer, at age 66. His remains were cremated by the Neptune Society. Goodbye Kevin Corcoran.